Welcome back, gentlemen. We are still, in Unit 14, possessions and personal space, treasured possessions, my space, my personal space. And lesson number 3 is about for sale, having to do with business, money, right? So, as usual, this is usually here, the first slide. Global English 8, Unit 14, Lesson 3, Grade 8, Level A, Grade 9, Level B. Course book, we're going to cover pages 114 and 115. Workbook, we're going to cover 2 pages as well, 86 and 87. Let's go to the objectives of our lesson today, Lesson 3, for sale. Lesson objectives, in reading, we're going to read adverts. Speaking, we're going to give reasons and give definitions. In writing, so today we're going to practice writing. We're going to write an advert. And usually we practice, writing after we've got either a presentation or a debate. You write, essays. So now we cannot do it because of this exceptional situation. So you're going to write an advert, inshallah. So language focus and grammar, we're going to do study compound adjectives. We'll find out what we mean by compound adjectives, and we practice, and then we produce our own sentences. Task number 1, please go to page 114. The chapters of the Holy Quran, 114. So that's our page today. For sale. Money. Read the adverts on the school notes board. Which is the odd one out and why? Usually you look at the one which is odd one out and why. Give the reason. Give your justification. Give why it is excluded, why it is irrelevant. Okay? So how many ads are there? There are 6, right? Look at the pictures, they can help you. The pictures provided with each advert. Number 1, you can see, a tennis racket, a helmet, a book, a cat, and boots. Multicolored baseball boots. So which one do you think is the odd one? I know. You got it, right? Let's check together. The odd one is the cat. The cat advert is the odd one out. Why? Because the other adverts are for things that are for sale or to give away, except the cat. The cat here, the advert says, kind, patient animal lover wanted to look after my well-behaved cat for 2 weeks while I am on holiday. So this is different. It's not for sale. Looking for someone to look after his, so service. That's not for sale. So that's the odd one, and the reason now it's very clear on the slide, as you can see. Let's go to task number 2. Task number 2, which extra piece of information goes with each advert? We've got 5 here, 5 sentences or 5 points. You can see 1 knee pads, wrist guards, and elbow pads also available. Do you think this one goes with ad number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? I think number 1, you see, number 1 goes with helmet, right? Helmet, these are, you can say, collocation. Knee pads, wrist guards, and elbow pads also available. 2, you can see, would suit younger player. Do you think that it goes with tennis racket would suit younger player? That's right. 3, size 35 white laces. Very clear. The boots, right? Baseball boots. That's right. And beautiful pictures and in very good condition. Do you think that it goes with the book? Let's check. Book, yeah, goes with the book. And finally, Food and own bed provided. Goes with the cat, right? So, cat. Task number 2, as you can see, these are the basic, the main, or the possible answers. Let's go to task number 3, use of English grammar. Compound adjectives. Adjectives. We introduced adjectives before. We've talked a lot about adjectives before, okay? So today we are going to deal with a very particular part, a very particular kind of type of adjectives, compound adjectives. So, compound adjectives, a compound adjective is an adjective that contains 2 or more words. In general, we put a hyphen, they're called hyphenated adjectives, a hyphen between the 2 or more words before a noun, when we want them to act as a single idea, a single adjective that describes something. For example, you can see he lives in an English-speaking country. What kind of country does he live in? So, English-speaking is a compound adjective, as you can see, and separated with, or connected with a hyphen. That's why they're called, compound adjective or hyphenated adjectives. So, English-speaking describes the country, right? So, she is a well-known writer. What kind of writer is she? Well-known here describes the writer, and at the same time it is a compound adjective. I have just finished reading a 300-page book. What book? What kind of book have you finished reading? A 300-page. A 300-page is a compound adjective. It is a compound adjective. So it's they're all underlined, all right? So I just want you to go to your book, page 115, use of English, task number 3. Look at these compound adjectives from the adverbs. What do they mean? We just want the meaning now. And later we may. Number 1, hardly used. What does hardly used mean? It is a compound adjective. They are, separated by a hyphen. Hardly used. 2, well known. What does well known mean? 3, multi-sport. It's a compound adjective. 4, well behaved. And 5, multicolored. Can you just think of the hardly used? Answers? Your answers? And now let's go and check the answers together. Example answers. It's hardly ever been used. It has almost never been used. So, number 2, well-known. Well-known means famous. Multi-sport means you can use it for lots of different sports. 4, well-behaved, friendly, and not difficult to look after. And finally, 5, multicolored, of many colors, Let's go to the writing now. Task 4, write out each advertisement in exercise number 1 using full sentences. There is an example, an example answer in exercise number 4. Please get out a piece of paper and try down these adverts in full sentences. Let's go to the workbook, pages 86, 87. Workbook, pages 86 and 87. For sale. Complete the sentence with compound adjectives. Number 1. I'm sorry. Complete the sentences with compound adjectives. Number 1. It is written, right? These eggs are fresh from the farm. They are farm fresh eggs. I made this cake at home. Number 1. Number 2. I make, right? I made this cake at home. Can we say homemade? Let's check. Homemade, right? 3. My friend's house has got 4 stories. So a 4, is it a 4 stories? 4 stories house? Yeah. And still we've got 4 to 8. 4 to 8. Number 4, she's got a running long. She's good actually. She's good at running long distances. She's together. Yes. Long distance. She's a long distance runner. These tomatoes were dried in the sun. So, are they dried? Sun dried? Yeah, that's right. Number 6. This water is as cold as ice. As cold as ice. What is the possible answer? Let's check. See, ice cold. Ice cold. Number 7. He is a photographer and he is famous all over the world. He is. Yes. Let's check together. He's world famous. And finally, number 8. She likes to go for a swim early in the morning. She enjoys an. So, since there is an and there is early, so I guess you've got the clue. An early morning. She enjoys an early morning swim. Go to task number 2. What do the compound adjectives on these labels mean? Complete the explanations. That's task 2, please. What do the compound adjectives on this, the same page, right? Page 86. Number 1, you can see sugar-free. This drink has. This drink has no sugar in it, right? Okay. 2. You see, low calorie. This energy bar doesn't have many calories in it. 3. There is this fat-free in this yogurt. So, there is no fat in this yogurt. 4. This chicken has. So, please do it. Do it, please. Yeah. Task number 3. Make compound adjectives by taking one word from each column. We've got 2 columns, right? English, good, pale, high, best, fun. The other column we've got blue, looking, loving, selling, speaking, and speed. Then think of a noun that each one could describe and use it in a sentence. This is the production. Okay, the production of compound adjectives. Let's check together. Example answers, I think. For number 1, English. Canada is an English-speaking country. Canada is an English-speaking country. So we've got English from column A, speaking B, and then the hyphenate, hyphenated. So the hyphen is showing that this is a compound adjective. This 1. 2, adverts usually show good-looking people. 3, pale blue is the color of the sky on a sunny day. Pale blue. Exercise 4. Complete the restaurant review with the compound adjectives in the box. This is the last exercise, and I think this all about the videos, inshallah. Complete the restaurant review with the compound adjectives in the box. You've got in the box brightly lit, carefully planned, freshly baked, honey colored, recently restored, Snow White, world famous. Number 1 is done, right? Recently restored. Number 1 is done. Number 2, as you can see, the dining room is a recently restored restaurant in a Scottish castle. The heavy old doors lead you to expect a dark, gloomy interior. However, they open to reveal a entrance hall. What's the possible answer here? Okay, have you selected? Let's check together. See, brightly lit. So number 2 goes with brightly lit, which is immediately welcoming. Then as soon as you walk into the restaurant, you smell the dash bread, which will soon appear on your table. So number 3, look at number 3. So now we've selected recently restored and brightly lit 3. Which one do you think is the suitable compound adjective? Let's check together. Freshly baked. Freshly baked. I guess from 4 to 7, supposed to be done by you. Thank you, gentlemen. It's my pleasure to be with you all the time. And I think this is all about Unit 14. So as I have mentioned before, we are very much concerned about, covering the basic skills of these units. Anyway, I'm very happy to be with you. I miss you a lot. Please stay safe, stay at home. Don't go out. We need to follow the instructions from the Ministry of Health. We need to listen to our parents, advice and recommendations. Thank you so much. Hope to see you in no time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.